Hey guys, Carey Hodsden, PGA here with Common Sense Golf. Today we're going to talk about fighting, all right? We're going to really get into it here today. What I want to do is I want to talk to you about punching the shot, okay? I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that before, but a lot of guys on tour kind of use this feeling to strike the golf ball. It's a crazy feeling. It's actually a really good feeling. But you got to learn, some of the other fundamentals before you start messing with this. Okay, so make sure that we get through some of the other lessons before we start getting kind of crazy with this type of feeling. But I will tell you that this feeling is absolutely amazing once you master it. Okay, so guys like Rory McIlroy and other guys, what they do is they feel like they take the golf club back, kind of like I do with their left hand, their lead hand, and they get into a good position here with the wrist set. Okay, and then they're going to move forward. They move forward, they rotate through, and right from this position, once they get down into the hitting plane, or what I call a slot around our body right here, what they do is as they're rotating through, their left arm then just becomes a guide. Their left arm and their left hand become a guide to guide the golf club along the path that the ball determines. The ball is sitting here, so it determines that I'm going to swing my golf club along the path where the ball is sitting. The path being the circle around our body that we swing the golf club. This is the path, okay? And I want this club to come in squarely into this golf ball with this path, right? Okay, now, when we do this, or when somebody like Rory does this, once again, they get the club up with the left hand, and then they start rotating, and they're just guiding this club up, down, however this motion is right here. They're guiding the club along the right path, and then the right hand, which is why Hogan said he felt like he had 3 right hands when he's hitting it. Okay, great feeling, by the way, when you're able to actually hit it with your right hand. For those, let me rephrase that. Hit it with your trail hand. But for those that are right-handed like me, when you swing right-handed, when you're coming in and you're able to release through the golf ball the way great swingers release through the golf ball, and you learn how to punch through. Bang. The shot, bang. Okay? When you learn how to punch through this from the side, bang. Okay? You can get to a release and an extension that's going to give you a tremendous amount of power. Okay? It's an absolutely monumental amount of power compared to what you're used to. All right? If you don't do this already. So, what ends up happening here is we get back in the swing just like normal. We recenter ourselves, and then we start to screw ourselves into the ground, and we're behind the golf ball. And as we go forward here, from right here, and we release, we're releasing and punching at the same time. Okay, see how this works? Okay, and then this punch creates that huge extension through the impact area. Okay. Rory says he does it every single time. He gets that club back here, he drops it into the slot, he's going through, he uses his left arm to guide the path of the club, and then as he's going through, he punches, bang, all the way through, and creates this full extension with his right side. Okay, another good guy, like I've mentioned before, is Jake Knapp. Watch what he does. You're going to see an amazing thing when you watch his golf swing. He goes through here, he gets it coming back down the line, and he screws himself into the ground, right? And then he punches through here, and you see his arm go way over here, okay? It gets this huge, huge extension all the way through. And that's why he carries the ball between 310 and 325 when it looks like he's swinging to carry it about 250. Okay? So it's just amazing. The power is absolutely amazing. Now, this is not for the faint at heart. This is not, like if you're a senior and you're working with me and you're working on some of these things, I don't want you overextending and punching unless I see you in person or I'm doing a FaceTime video with you or something like that, and I can walk you through the feeling. Because I don't want you to throw your balance off by trying to throw this, basically this body blow, this roundhouse body blow. I don't want you to feel that unless you're ready to feel that, okay? Especially with your balance and so on and so forth. We got to get the leg action right, and we got to get the hips and the knees and the feet right to make sure that everything is copacetic and tight and ready to go before we start adding, real aggressive moves like this. But I'm telling you, you do this, you're going to love it. You're going to love the sound. You're going to love the feel. And I promised you guys that I would post a video of the compression of that when I'm fully warmed up and I'm hitting golf balls. And I've got a really good one for you that's kind of face on from the front lead quarter of my golf swing. And you'll hear and you'll see exactly what happens when we're punching through and when we're letting go. What ends up happening is once you get it going and you get it going really good through here and you rotate through really fast, man, your hands move at a speed that you can't believe, which moves the club at a speed you can't believe, which means you almost can't even see your hands get through to the finish. It moves that fast, okay? Now, we're not going to all move that way. I'm not a long drive champion by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, I hit it okay. I carry it about 275. At my age, that's pretty good. With a driver, but I'm not carrying it 320 like Jake Knapp is. That guy's carrying it 40 yards farther than I am consistently. And it's impressive. It's very, very impressive. And he's punching through, and he's 25 years younger, at least, I'm sure, maybe even more than that. So he's a little bit more limber. I got a little bit more strength there, and that's great. But look, once you learn how to punch through the impact area, oh boy, grab onto something, man. You're not going to believe the spin again that you're going to get with your irons. You're not going to believe the power once you learn how to punch through after a nice lag. So we're lagging, we're getting our elbow in front of us, and then we're punching through. Once you learn how to do that, you just can't believe the compression on the golf ball. The golf ball feels like it flattens on the face of your club, and it feels like it stays on there forever. I mean, forever. Okay, and that's what you want, because if you can direct the ball because it just stayed on the club forever, you can move it, right? You can spin it, you can hit it high, low, you can drive it, you can do all kinds of things with it. All right. Another good example of that was when you see the guys on television and they want to hit this the stingers, right? And they're coming down and they're keeping their chest towards the ground here with this stinger, and then they're trying to compress the golf ball this way. Right? But they're punching through that golf ball to hit that thing hard. Okay? And they're punching that thing. Okay? And that drives that thing low. All right? And all they got to do is keep their chest at the golf ball versus coming out. All right? That creates that lower drive. It's pretty cool stuff. Whoever thought that we'd be kind of teaching boxing moves with the golf swing? Not me. But here I am, right? Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Carey Hodsden, PGA with Common Sense Golf. A lot more to come. I'll see you very soon.